Alrighty, folks. Good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to day 2 of the Black Plague. Hopefully, everyone had a fantastic Halloween. Hopefully, we are not too sugared up that we cannot be still for this very, very short play pause. It won't take too long. And if your class is not third period, then you can work in groups once we are finished. So, bell work. Where did the Black Plague or Black Death begin? Bubonic Plague begin. All right, make sure we got that one. How did it reach Europe? All right, going back to number 1. Remember, it originated in China, or you can put Asia also. How did it reach Europe? Remember, we had Christian traders during the Crusades that they brought it from Asia to Europe while they were trading. Remember, they went back and forth. What animal insect spread the bubonic plague? That was the fleas and the rats. All right, and then which areas were hardest hit? Urban or rural? Again, if you're in a small area with a lot of people, like a city, then that would be more urban. So more people to spread it to, the more people it's going to spread. So that would be urban. 5, how do you think, you don't have to write this one down, how do you think life was different for the survivors of the Black Death? Well, you can go a lot of different ways there. So just kind of think about that. We might put that in play positive as well, but not on your bell work. All right, so we have Black Plague. We've got our guy here farming. Stuff's growing. Oh, where'd everybody go? Let's do that again. Everything's good. Everyone's alive. No rights. Oh, no rights. No mice. No rats. Bye-bye. 50% of you gone. She gone. He gone. Everybody's gone. Not everybody, but half of them. So, more and more. All right, keep going. There's more than enough food for us. It's better for me to lower the price so people buy it rather than it go to waste. So this goes back to the supply and demand, something we talked about earlier in the year. When there is more of a product and less demand for a product, the price has to go down. So wheat on sale now was 40 shillings, now only 8. Hey, the farmer has less people to sell to. Half of them died. So now he has to lower his price, otherwise he's not going to sell it to anyone. All right, so we have all of these craftsmen and welders and all these tradesmen making stuff. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, dead, gone. So now, I need my tool fixed. This guy here. I need a chain. I need a new sword made. The lock on the door needs replaced. Because there are so few workers now, so few workers left. Again, there's less these guys, because even less than half, because they are in the city. So now, if you are one of the craft workers or tradesmen that survive, you can make more money because you can charge higher prices because there's less of you. Think about it. If there's only one oil change place in Murfreesboro, that person can charge whatever they want because we have to get our oil changed, right? The people needed their work. Artisans and craft workers' wages were increased after the Black Death. Money, 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 money. All right, so in your binder, comic book Black Death Effects is the title. Population killed almost 1/2 of Europe's population. We talked about that yesterday. What we didn't talk about were the economic effects. Increased craft workers and artisans' wages. Not enough workers could demand higher wages because they're the only people left. Lowered prices, more food available, increased supply. Social effects further weakens feudalism. People start to question the church. When bad things happen, people start to look at the church and say, why did God do this? And different things like that. All right, even around our area, okay? Back 2008, 2009, when the stock market kind of went down, this way. All right. Church attendance around here actually decreased because people, that maybe weren't as strong or whatever would say, you know what, this is all God's fault, yada, yada. However, now that the economy's back, the economy's good, church attendance has increased. So this is the same thing going with the the Black Death. All right, so today we learned, how did the Black Death affect population? Half of it's gone. How did the Black Death affect prices of food? They dropped because there's more of it, or less population, so there's much more food. How did Black Death affect workers' wages? They increased because now you have less workers, so they can basically charge whatever they want. All right, so we're not going, you don't have to do this, just kind of listen up. Primary source is something written or documented by someone that witnessed the event. What about this article tells you that this is a primary source? What evidence from this quote tells you that people were afraid of this disease? All right, so looking at this, all right, realizing what a deadly disaster had come to them. Whoopsie. The Italians, from their city, the disease remained and soon death was everywhere. There you go. People quickly drove the Italians from the city. Fathers abandoned their sick sons, and lawyers refused to come and make out wills for the dying. So this is how we know this would be a primary source. Alrighty, so we are finished. Once you get done, you need to go to Black Death Effects, which is a Word document on your PlayPosit or on my webpage. You need to read that, begin working. You can work in groups. Make sure you're answering the questions on your own sheet of paper. All right, again, and everyone except for third period may work in groups. Toodaloo.